Yo, what's up, gamers? It's your boy. We're back in Mataaho. It's been a while. The Oceania pack is kind of old news at this point, but it's about time that we take a look at the souvenir shops, even though that's also kind of old news at this point. But here we are. So, I have been working on this project, even though working on it has been going pretty slow. I've been busy with other things, mostly good things, but just been busy. We're not going to look at too much that I've been doing in here today. This is going to be the tourist town-ish area, I guess. We're going to ignore this over here. We're going to ignore that one over there. We can look at this bathroom. The bathroom's fine. It's just very small. More of an outhouse, really. We can take a look at some of this gardening. This gardening is very inspired by the Polynesian Cultural Center, which I just went into Google Maps, used Street View, and I was able to walk around. I went there as like a little kid when I was like 5, but that was 20, probably more than 20 years ago now, so I don't really have super great memories of that. But yeah, this is what this is. If you see any dingoes or hear any dingoes running around, just ignore them for now. We're not going to worry about them. Instead, we're going to focus on the souvenir shops, which have been out for a little while. And I actually started working on this before the souvenir shops were announced. I was just going to make, you know, a custom gift shop, basically, which is what we used to do in this game before the souvenir shops were added, and then the souvenir shops were added, and then they were broken. So I added a souvenir shop before I knew that they were glitched or bugged or whatever. So I added them to here, and then I found out that there was corruptions happening, so I was like, I'm not going to go back into this file for a while. So I didn't touch it for a minute, even though I think the bug was actually with the expansion tiles, which I didn't use for here. Funnily enough, the 4 by 12 meter grid that the souvenir shop comes on fit perfectly into what I had already built, so I didn't have to worry about that at all. But yeah, this is the surf shop. It's got some of these are actually from the Australia pack, but they are surfboard shaped, and so I figured they worked as decorations. And we're just gonna take a look inside and look around, and this is where the magic actually happens. It's a little claustrophobic, just because I feel like the field of view in this game is a little is smaller than it would be in real life, so everything feels kind of close and cramped. But it is what it is. So I started off over here with the surfboards because it's the surf shop. So I made all these surfboard racks and stuff. And this is supposed to be like kind of nice, but then also a little, what's the word? Maybe a little tacky in some ways, because this is just a tourist destination, a little tourist shop. So I actually used some of this particle board to build this stuff, just because I wanted to have sort of that feel of, you know, not everything is super nice and perfect. I feel like in this game, we all try to make everything look beautiful and perfect all the time, but sometimes you can just make something that's ugly to be intentionally ugly, and it actually can work just as well. Why does the floor go down here? What is happening? Okay, I'm not going to question the explore mode camera in this game. But yeah, sometimes things don't have to be perfect. And then when the souvenir shops actually came out, I was actually able to start making stuff like this. These are souvenir stands, but I was gonna put something, I don't know, I wanted to have cabinets to have things locked inside so that people wouldn't be able to just open it, because I guess these would be more valuable items, but I never actually figured out what to put in here, so they're just empty for now, empty cabinets. And then there's some other random souvenir shop items, just like generic stuff, so the guests will actually come in here. Excuse me for one moment. My dog is randomly barking at nothing that she likes to do at nighttime. Okay, I'm back. My dog is 2 years old, and as any 2-year-old, she's gonna resist getting put to bed. she don't want to go to sleep. I made some nice like custom lamps, ceiling lamps. What? I feel like there's a better word. Ceiling lights. I don't know. I'm having the largest brain fart right now. I used the little flowers from the conservation pack because I never see anyone using them, and I wanted to use them even though they're ugly. But which is probably why no one uses them. But you know, whatever. Sometimes you just gotta use ugly stuff. Then there's more just like generic souvenir shop stuff. Even though not all of this super fits with the Oceanian vibe, I just kind of put it here anyway, just because, like I said, to bring guests in. Even though there was something I saw, I don't remember who uploaded the video, but if you go into the scenario zoo that came with the Eurasia pack, there's a souvenir shop in there, and it'll have like here. So you go into here and it'll have items for sale, and you can have spider hats, rhino hats, wild dog hats. And in the scenario, there's a bunch of empty shelves, but it'll say the item for sale is like Aldabra giant tortoise hat, or hippo hat, or giraffe hat, or random stuff like that. Things that aren't actually in the game. So this YouTuber, don't remember who it was, sorry, I can't shout you out because I forgot, just pointed this out and was like, hey, there's other things that Frontier was at least working on that haven't been implemented into the souvenir shops yet, so we might actually get more souvenir shop items later down the road, which would be nice because the selection is a little limiting in some ways. But yeah, that was just a cool thing. It's in the Jones City Zoo scenario. If you want to check that out yourself, you'll see it there. I already looked at it myself and I was like, oh, that's cool. They got all this stuff but we don't actually have the stuff. Then there's some other random stuff. These are the tiki torches, which I just turned the fire to black, which means they don't actually emit any light. And I guess they're like cups now or something like that. And then there's some lei necklaces. These are supposed to be towels. And then there's like the giant plushies that you have sometimes in gift shops and zoos and stuff. You'll have the giant animal plushies, which these don't actually fit on any real or any of the souvenir shop displays, so I just had to make my own stuff. And then we're not gonna look at this yet. This is my favorite thing, but we're gonna ignore that for now. Like I said, everything's a little tacky, so there's a bunch of just random boxes lying around over here, some empty shelves, some ATMs. But let's here. I think that's just most of the stuff. But let me show you about this. All right, so I have this beach ball thing. You know when you go to like, I guess Toys R Us doesn't exist anymore, but back in the day when you would go to Toys R Us and they'd have those big like netted things full of just like balls. Well, that's what this is. And let me show you how I made this real quick. Alright, so I have the blueprint here for this. And what you'll see is these beach balls are actually the enrichment items for the animals. I'm dying. I'm actually a little bit sick, so my voice is not going to last very long, so I have to end this video quick. But I just want to show you this beach ball thing. So these are the enrichment items, and the enrichment items have physics on them. They're, I think, the only items in the game that have any type of physics, because the animals don't actually have physics. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even think they ragdoll when they die. So enrichment items really are the only things in the game that have physics enabled on them. So this is what it looks like when you just have the blueprint. So I'm just going to sink it into the ground slightly so you can't see the base of it. And then when I place it, all the the beach balls are all just going to expand and fill the space because they're all intersecting each other, obviously, and the game doesn't like that. And then a bunch of them will inevitably fly out through the blueprint itself. There's not really any helping that. But this is just like, this was such a cool idea that I had, and I'm gonna, you know, compliment myself a little bit here. This was just a cool idea, and I don't even know how I exactly thought of this. I don't remember exactly what inspired this idea, but It worked. It worked very well. I think I just wanted to use beach balls because it's a surf shop on the beach. So I wanted to have the beach balls be an item that you could buy. And this is what I came up with, and it works incredibly well. And so this, and probably the surfboard racks, and then the entire... Oh, there goes one of the dingoes. Ignore the dingoes, like I said. The beach ball thing, surfboard rack, and then the entire souvenir shop itself, I will upload to the workshop after uploading this video. And I think that's really all I have to show for this for now. There's still a ton of work to do for the whole tourist section of this build, and then there's obviously still tons of more space on the other side, which I have plans for all of that. I already have everything on this map planned out. It's just taking me a long time to get through it because I'm a very slow builder. And then I also have some other projects in mind that I want to do sooner rather than later. So that's all for now, really. If you want to see more builds, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.